What's going on, guys? Aero here, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, guys, it looks like the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet leaks are just not gonna stop, as we've got so many new leaks here that just came out from the last video that I uploaded yesterday, and now we've got like multiple new Pokemon, potentially new forms, even some information about like the evolutions of Pokemon and things like that. So there's a lot of stuff in here, and I do want to talk about it, so let's get right into it. Now, because nobody has been able to disprove any of these, and even with Riddler talking about them now, it's very likely that these are going to be the real deal, as Riddler is known to have inside information that has turned out to be true numerous times in the past, so these are probably just going to be actual spoilers now. So if you don't want to know like potentially new evolutions and new forms and stuff about these games, then I suggest that you click off this video. Now real quick before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that I am partnered with Best Buy now, and so there will be links below in the description and the pinned comment to Pokemon Scarlet, Pokemon Violet, and even the double pack. If you click those links and then buy from there, you can really support me and help out the channel a lot, and these games are looking really good, so I would really appreciate it if you pre-ordered the games clicking those links. They'll send you the games the day that they come out as well. Best Buy is really awesome with that, and they'll give you free shipping, so I would really appreciate it if you buy clicking those links. Alright, so here we are on Twitter, and we've got a lot of different things to look at here. So we're going to be taking a look at Central Leaks here because they've really just been compiling all the leaks as they're coming out. So the first thing that it says here is new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet leaks from today's news source. There is no new Eevee evolution. Joltik, Milotic, Wailord, Metagross, Jinx, and Golurk are not in the game. Pokemon will time travel, but the player will not, and the story is very good. Now this is actually making me very excited. Of course, I am a little disappointed that there's no new Eevee evolution. I think we've kind of been overdue for a new evolution for a very long time. That is a little disappointing. Some of these are definitely fan favorite Pokemon that are not going to be in the game either. No Milotic, no Metagross. Like, those are some pretty loved Pokemon by a lot of people, so that's going to suck for those people. It says here that Pokemon will time travel. And I guess this makes a lot of sense, especially because of how the games are based around past and future. I think that Pokemon traveling between the two time periods would make a lot of sense, and that would explain why Pokemon like Hisui and Zoroark can be seen inside of the game, because Pokemon from the past can appear inside of the future as well, or appear in modern times, so that makes a lot of sense. Now, with them also saying that the story is very good, that also makes me super excited, because if this is a really good story, then this has a very high chance of being one of the best Pokemon games of all time, and that does make me pretty excited, especially if it's like on par with Generation 5 or Generation 7 in terms of story, or even better than that, then it's just going to be really insane, man. So I'm very excited to hear that the story is potentially really good. Of course, I'm not expecting some insane story, but in terms of Pokemon standards, I do hope that it's a pretty nice story. Now it also says here there's going to be 3 cities and 9 towns in the region. There's about 300 to 500 Pokemon in the regional decks. Garchomp is in the game, and it says here whatever the comment in this image means when asked if the Gen 5 starters were in the game. So it says here 6 starter player, M3, F3, 3 starting Pokemon, but you can change hairstyle after. I have no clue what they're exactly trying to say here, but the person was just asking if the Gen 5 starters are in the game, so maybe they just misinterpreted the question. And then it also says here the source also insists that there will be DLC, and I feel like that's to be expected. They definitely saw how well Pokemon Sword and Shield did with the DLC expansion, so it wouldn't surprise me if next year we're going to be seeing an expansion pass for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet as well, and maybe they add some like more open areas, bring back some older Pokemon, add some newer Pokemon. It could definitely be pretty fun. Now we also have this image here of a brand new Pokemon, and I showed this to you guys in the last video, but it's looking like that this is actually going to be the evolution to Sprigatito, as it looks like it's just a part of it that's kind of been cut off here. Now a lot of people are saying that this would be so weird because the coloring isn't green at all, and it wouldn't make sense for Sprigatito, but at the same time I feel like it's very possible that like we've seen middle evolutions kind of have different types of color schemes compared to what the final evolution turns out to be, so it's possible, especially because of how they said that Sprigatito's evolution is rumored to be a dark typing as well. These definitely do look kind of like with the grayish blackish colors that it would be a dark type Pokemon, so I could totally see that happening. Then we also have some more leaks here where it says the region in Japanese is called Paldea, which is from Pokemon, and Aldea, a village in Spanish. That's just a rough translation though. I'd imagine the localized version is probably going to sound a little different. It says here that Mega Evolutions are not back, so unfortunately people who have been wishing for Mega Evolutions for the longest time, those are still not going to be inside of the games. It's looking like it says here that Scavet is in the game, so that was of course the squirrel Pokemon from Pokemon Sword and Shield. That looks like that's going to be in the game. It says here the leaker said that the Gen 9 starters are the only starters in the game, at least in the main adventure. We don't know if any previous starters are transfer only. So it looks like in terms of the main adventure, you're not going to find any other starter Pokemon, and I think that's how it was inside of Pokemon Sword and Shield as well. I think you got Charmander at the very end after beating Leon, but in terms of the main adventure, you definitely didn't have any of the other starters. Then it says here, looks like the Wigglytuff may be getting a regional form, but it hasn't been explicitly stated by the leaker. And then the new gimmick says that you can transform Pokemon into a crystallized look by using a new item that looks like a ball that Nemona gives you. Sounds kind of interesting. I mean, we have seen a little bit of the images from yesterday, and it looks like that was kind of teasing the new gimmick. And then it says here, a Gen 5 Pokemon gets a new evolution, but we don't really know exactly what that would mean. And then we got some images here of new Pokemon, and it says here the first image is a new gimmick. So like the first image right here that we can see is actually the Wigglytuff. Now, of course, it's a very blurred in image here. You can barely see what's going on, but you can see the eyes are yellow, and we don't really know exactly what it's supposed to mean. Then we have this other image right here, which is supposed to be a new Flamingo Pokemon, and that was also rumored as well. So this is a picture of a new Flamingo Pokemon. Then we have this picture here, which is supposed to be Quaxly's evolution, but like these images are just so blurry that we cannot see anything out of it. And then the last image that we have here is supposed to be Lechonk's evolution. This one is the easiest to see, at least. Like you can see here, the pig is standing on all fours. It's got the pink tail here too for Lechonk, so that at least we can see. But yeah, the images are just so blurry that we cannot tell at all what they're talking about. Then it says here that it looks like Amoonguss and Wigglytuff are going to be the new kind of Pokemon that are introduced in Gen 9, not regional forms, not evolutions, but a whole new concept. So that does sound kind of interesting. It'll be exciting. It seems like that is what Riddler was kind of teasing about, like the regional fakes, so I guess that is going to turn out to be true. And then finally, he just says here the source has gone dark, meaning that either the Nintendo Ninjas caught to him, or he's just not going to be leaking any more information. But yeah, it seems like that is pretty much all the information that has been compiled. So now there was also another leak that was posted here as well, saying that Wooper gets a poison type in its regional form, and it evolves into a brand new Pokemon that's not Quagsire. And if you guys remember, Riddler was teasing about like a water and ground type Pokemon that was going to be getting a new form, and we were all talking about like it was either going to be like Wooper or it was going to be like Wishcash or something. So that does seem to be exactly what this leak is implying here. So it looks like Riddler was once again completely correct as well. Now we also have more information here where it says here Dunsparce gets a new evolution, there's going to be a brand new Dolphin Pokemon, Murkrow gets a new evolution, the regional dice is going to have more than 400 Pokemon, Fuecoco's final evolution is still an alligator, there's no new fossil Pokemon, and yesterday's images included 2 of the evolved starters and the hint of the gimmick. So it looks like the gimmick is going to be involving you turning into like these crystallized structures or something like that, like your Pokemon can actually turn into these crystallized forms. And that's actually really, really cool, and it actually does make a lot of sense, because if we take a look at the icon that was on the logo, it does seem to be like crystallized shards that we can see here. So if it does kind of turn Pokemon into like this crystallized form, then it does make a lot of sense, and that does make me pretty excited to see what exactly that could mean. Then we also have more information here saying there's going to be a new Flamingo Pokemon, which I showed you guys a picture of that earlier. Not all of the Hisuian Pokemon are in the game. The gimmick doesn't involve Pokemon getting an extra typing, so that was kind of rumored, so it looks like that's not actually true. There are side quests in the game. Teddy Ursa, Komala, Rotom, Gudra, Sunflora are in the game, and Woobat is not, so I guess people just asked that. And I mean, this thing was also changed a little bit later, that there's 4 pseudo-legendary Pokemon. That was, I think, a mistranslation, but pretty much everything else here looks to be exactly what's going to happen. So yeah, I mean, this is all pretty exciting stuff. If there's actually going to be side quests in this game, like how they were in Pokemon Legends Arceus, man, that makes me very excited, because those quests were actually side quests done correctly, and they were really, really. Now we also have a couple of things here from Riddler who was also talking about this, where he says here that it looks like somebody was covering for me, and he was talking about the leaks as well. He said something here about little brother turning into big sister, not exactly sure, but he also posted this really kind of interesting tweet here of a picture of a dolphin that looks kind of humanoid. So I guess this is basically your confirmation that there is going to be a new dolphin Pokemon, but it's going to be getting some sort of humanoid form, which I'm not really too big into these humanoid Pokemon, but I guess it's going to be something along those lines. Then it says here, the guy showed you guys the pic of the grass and water from the back of the starters. If you're curious, plus mine, now you know it all. So yeah, I mean, if he's backing off of those claims as well, then it looks like we definitely did see real leaks of the starter evolutions and some of the other new Pokemon. He also says here, its avatar is the new concept thing that I decided to tease in September. So he was going to tease about the gimmick in September. It looks like the leaked gimmick already kind of came out right now. So it's going to be something about turning your Pokemon into crystallized forms or something along those lines, which does sound kind of interesting. And then we also got Riddler here saying, I bet the more that you know about the new concept thing, the more bored that you're going to feel, and you would just end up living in emptiness before launch. So maybe he's implying the gimmick really isn't all that cool. I don't know. I mean, with the way that he said it was kind of similar to Mega Evolution, it did make me a little excited, but I would really need to see exactly what this gimmick does, how it's going to work, what do these forms look like, what's the benefit of doing this. That's how I could really know how exciting it would be. And I mean, he said here the amount is limited for this, you know, 2 of them now. So maybe he means that only certain Pokemon can turn into these crystallized forms. And that would make sense with like Mega Evolution as well, because only a couple Pokemon could Mega Evolve. So maybe that's what he meant with how they're similar to Mega Evolutions, meaning like the amount of Pokemon is limited to how many Pokemon can actually turn into these crystallized forms. Because of course Z moves and Dynamax were able to be done for every single Pokemon, but it looks like this is going to be going back to having just a certain pool of Pokemon that can turn into these crazy forms. But besides that, that is pretty much all the information that Riddler has also decided to give us. And so yeah, there you go guys, that is pretty much all the information that is leaked for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. It is unfortunate that so much of this information just had to come out like this, but it's been so long since we had a new trailer, and we still barely know anything about this game at all, and it's just a couple months away, so I guess if it didn't happen in terms of a trailer, it was just going to end up leaking eventually, so it does kind of suck that it had to come out like this, but hopefully this does mean that there is going to be a brand new trailer, which does showcase like a lot of the gimmick and a lot of these new things very soon. If you guys enjoyed this video, then definitely be sure to click that like button and also comment down below and let me know what you guys think about all this. How do you guys feel about this new gimmick? How do you feel about these new Pokemon, the evolutions, the new forms and all of that? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Pokemon content in the future, so definitely be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Click on that bell to become a part of the notification squad. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.